Come back. So, yeah, this dinky little colony, after feeling very neglected, breaks off and decides it. Oh, no. Decides it wants to do its own thing. So yeah, then it goes down and found this city. I think it's by Ansira. No, I'm not gonna call this Turkey because the Turks would be like way out over here. Thankfully, I do have a few groups that would be able to reach Central Asia. Few, probably like one, maybe two. Either way, now we get to the settlement of Cyprus. Oh, oh, it's not that bad. Well, I mean, either way, I think I'm gonna update the color for this. Yeah, I'm just gonna make these. Let's go to war. This one decides to go and sweep out both powers that are based. Oh, alright. So decides to try to take out both powers. Share like this country's language. Oh, and also in the meantime, so it kind of gives up Denmark. So yeah, I think I'm gonna solidify its new colors. This weird, I don't know what color that is. I genuinely don't. I'd ask. How's this giant behemoth? You might ask how this Western European behemoth is doing. Uh, yeah, I know, Oh, I just realized those are actually kind of similar. Good. Uh, I think to distinguish them, I'll do this for this one's occupation zone. You might ask what itty bitty Denmark is doing there. See, freezing the front. Oh, it's just this color. So yeah, episode wide Britain update. That's for Poland. I'm just gonna say that so long boy gets that 1 pixel of man. You might ask about this poor thing. Uh, what a way to be carved up, really. So while Europe was busy having like World War -5 or something, it's kind of a joke. Because there's no way there could possibly be any kind of global conflict. They just figured out you can make a sword instead of a baton. Also, the reason it looks like I smashed Chakotka's nose sideways. Come on. Seriously. Actually, what I was originally doing. They find the remains of the Aral Sea. You might ask what happened to it. Honestly, this is kind of the map holdout from what Ada's Pro decided to do. Also, the coastlines probably should have receded at least a little, but I'm too lazy to update that now. Eventually, this civilization, yes. And discovers like Manchuria. Then an ambitious project is started after all these groups establish reliable contact with one another. Decide they're going to try to build a giant trade route across the Eurasian continent. So, that's exactly what both groups set out to do. Which is the giant trade network. Yes, I'm bringing back the trade route map. Now, mostly this just linked Eastern Europe with Eastern Asia. Because two groups, South Asia, didn't exactly, find out much about this. So, yeah. Now, Asia was putting in a lot more of the work. Sorry. Rockwell and Michael Jackson, Somebody's Watching Me is playing my head. So, yeah. Eventually. Trade route decided to try to link up Southern Asia to. And so they do. And this trade network reaches into Western Europe. However, reaching Italy is going to be a bit of a problem. Because there's the Alps in the way, the Daenerys in the way. Hell, even the Apennine Mountains aren't exactly a good place. Tried it. I don't know. Either way, Italy's kind of cordoned off from the rest of Europe geographically. Now, because unlike Ada's Pros or so where he just doesn't really have a good equivalent of Hungary. I've been trying to create a version of Hungary. So yeah, these trade routes here, I guess I should also go through established trade networks through the ocean. So yeah, except this humanity knows that crossing the Alps sure is a tall task, but they're still willing to do it. However, this group here, consisting of like mostly is red ethnicities, mostly blue ethnicities, they're still extremely isolated. So yeah, Italy starts a project to make its trade routes make its part of the trade network reach all of its brethren, ethnicity wise, because yeah. You might ask, why link up a trade network with your largest rival? I don't know. We're just doing this to create an era of prosperity, since that's kind of what the world needs right now. My parents are talking again. Yeah, since I meant I have to go to the beach soon enough. See, yeah, eventually, way through here, I discovered this lake. It's like Baikal. Yeah, and eventually they go down and discover this as a potential trade route, and so it gets filled in. So yeah, just honestly excuse my absolutely horrendous trying to draw out these trade routes. They stay within the Discover bounds. They still don't know what's going on over here. So honestly, I'll give you a hint. It's a whole lot of flat land nothing. There's really nothing in this world goes on, and without it having been discovered by humans. Because, they're not going to find, oh my god, this is a new group of people who are living here. No. This world is starting out This world started out literally entirely empty. I have big plans for over here. Big plans. Actually, no, who am I kidding? Hey, at least they discovered one half of the giant step. Give me a minute. Sorry. Eventually find that a lot of this kind of just empty, open steppe lands. Yeah. Congratulations, they discovered the Eurasian steppe. Good job. Discovered a bunch of semi-arid land. Overall, yeah, this cuts down. Overall, this project cuts down on the amount of wars in the world. Oh, and also, another thing, none of these crops appeared in their real-life place because they had a bunch of them. Because these groups had a bunch of seeds from, like, that original event in episode 1. Yeah, Daily Britain update. Honestly, a lot of the North Sea is being discovered by this point. Just known about, generally. Sure, I could have them discover the Americas super early, but that's not really that fun. And also, I generally do better with having to manage less regions. So, I hyper-focus too much on Europe. Should probably make some other stuff happen. Just me and paint.net. Now, you might ask, since I already mentioned these italic languages are, you might ask, why do they sound like that? Well, put simply, they come from 3 main groups from the WICSO final. Shucks. No! I mean the alternate future of the world, like final war. Allies. For once, Japan was actually part of a group called the Allies here. Of course, India is still somewhat isolated from the network, still going to war. Now, I wonder how similar is that? No. See, eventually, this group here breaks off. And this one annexes all of this. Made Eastern Asia do literally anything. In case you're wondering what this gray means, it means populated areas that aren't claimed by any country. Essentially, an area that's not like it's these areas. Technically, they still have people. Oh, it's decided to break off. Like technically, they still have people in them. It's just that they don't really belong to any country. I'm just gonna pull from random ones here. So yeah, now eventually is. I think I like this color here, or for Japan, which breaks off, and also this WICSO Japan is nothing like the Japan of real life. If you want a close analogy, look at. If you want a closer analogy for real life Japan, just look at Southern Europe in WICSO. Also, another thing that's kind of bugging me. My hate is why? Why did you have to use that? Man. See, I'm just gonna do this for all of them. Oops. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna pull out some new blues. They probably would have discovered Sri Lanka by now. Because I'm trying to think, what lands would they have the most worth for discovering? They probably have the technology to sail a decent distance, but these waters are kind of, unpredictable. Generally, the polar waters are more unpredictable in this world. And I think my time has So thanks for watching.